look lighter, look quicker, like look.
That was just a history right now. The transition.
Dr. Gregory Haughton here, three-time Olympic medalist and world champion in track and field. Thank you very much for watching our videos. Thank you very much for subscribing to our channel, and thank you for sharing the content. I am here talking with Technical Director and co-founder of the Titans Club, Gregory Little. I am pleased with the things he and Michael Frater are doing to get the Titan Club up and running, and one of the most impressive things I was able to witness is to see Jazeel Murphy, a young man who had so much promise, who after 12 years was able to run a personal record in both events, the 100 and the 200 meters. So it goes to show that the level of family that Technical Director Gregory Little and Michael Frater are putting together is one that will change lives in a positive way. I want you to look at this video, and after this video I want you to hear what Gregory Little has to say about the plans and the future goals that he has for the athletes, for the club, and for future performance and athletic development in Jamaica. After listening, let me read your feedback in the comment section. I am here talking with Technical Director of the Titans Club, Gregory Little. Personally, I have a lot of respect for this gentleman. I watched him run for MVP Club. I saw his guts and his determination, and I knew that this man has a lot to offer our young developing athletes. I want Gregory Little to explain to the public who he is as a coach and share some of his ideas with us. Welcome, Gregory Little. It's a pleasure to talk to you today.
Greetings, Dr. Haughton. And nice for you to have me online. Well, Gregory, is a former 400-meter hurdler for Jamaica. Ulmarian, transfer from Stats to Ulmers and MVP, and then move on to race as an athlete just for about 1 year, and then retire and become a coach alongside working with Coach Mills. And I have experience as a coach from 2010, and we are here now from our own club now, me and Coach Frater, trying to give young athletes a chance to give the opportunity to become an Olympian or world champion, and also for athletes who are also on the record wayside, who feel like they have any hopes, like for example Jazeel Murphy. We took him and brushed him off and put him back on track this season. And he have done well for personal best, and so do to Minzy and a couple of others, Dexter Lee. We're trying to give them a chance again in life to become a world champion or Olympians.
I personally love what you're doing, because when I was doing some of my research, Gregory, I saw those names that you were calling, and I got a little worried because I know that they were talented. They displayed the talent when they were in high school, and they just never seemed to transition. But as a coach who spent so many years with the MVP and Mr. Mills, two of the greatest coaches in the world, what are some of the things that you learned from these two coaches that will make the Titans Club a powerhouse in the future?
Well, I learned a lot of things both from Stephen Francis and Coach Mills. One of the main things I learned is to be patient with the athletes and try to understand and counteract with athletes. Let them just feel a part of like a family rather than a dictatorship thing. Our former athletes ourselves, we have other ideas, and we know a couple more things like how an athlete would feel because we were athletes. So it kind of makes things a little bit easier to do an assessment with the athletes based on our experience as an athlete. So yeah, we learn pretty most of our knowledge come from our former coaches, and with our experience with that now bring us to be where we're at now.
I really believe that the Titan Club, based on what I actually see you guys doing, will be a powerhouse in the future. Now, it is said that this younger generation, this new generation of athletes, that they are different than athletes in our time and athletes before our time. Do you find that to be true in terms of relating to them and coaching them and getting them to understand what they need to do to become successful?
Yeah, I kind of agree, because in our time, we actually have to work super hard for what we want or achieve. Not saying the younger generation not working hard, but I mean, they have more technology in this time. So you find out high school athletes will run much faster than the senior in our time. And that put them in a position to get, attract sponsors and so forth at a younger age. And with that now, they actually feel like they are Olympians or world champion in high school based on the attraction they are attracting. You understand? So with a high school are getting a contract from high school, when they go to the senior level, they probably have a drive or they push again, because they feel like they actually reach. But in our time, we have to work straight through high school, move into senior work even harder to try to achieve something.
So how do you intend to help deal with some of these athletes who think that way in order to get them to achieve their highest potential on the track?
Well, I'm not in the high school system, but my advice would have been they would have to get teaching from high school. What about life after high school? And having what you achieve in high school is just a piece of the cake.
Yeah, a stepping stone.
Right, that's a stepping stone. They have to understand that from high school, rather than the star mentality and thing. They have to just understand, so what they are doing now is just a basic. And those teaching from high school, from either the mentor or the coach of the job that them head, or the principal, or somebody have to give them that kind of teaching and let them understand.
So in case like this, when you know, say for example, the athlete did not get that level of teaching and they lack the awareness, and you now get them, because you guys got some guys who were supposed to be great back then, not you guys, but in terms of where they're coming from to where they are now. As the head coach of the Titans, how do you intend to be different than the other clubs, at least on the sideline, when they are not able to produce as fast as they wanted them to do? What would you guys intend to do different about that?
Well, first thing, when I let them come in, we do assessment and we talk or reason, have lunch or have breakfast, and let them know the whole aspect of senior level operate. We tell them straightforward, put it down on the table, let them know, say what you have done in high school is nothing to what you're going to proceed with now. And we actually let them, before finish, we let them understand and agree with the whole movement going forward to become an Olympian. Them actually understand after a full day of conversation, and they will move forward. And each end of every month, we have a meeting and so forth, and keep them on track mentally. To say, because sometimes athletes get carried away, they run one good time trial and feel bossy, and they realize them effort and training start to drop. So we keep them on track at all time.
In terms of the support that the club is getting, do you think you guys can survive with the minimal support, or would you say you need more support as?
Well, right now we really need support, because right now it's actually me and Michael funding the club, and recently now we have the help of Puma on board, and so we really need some support so we can recruit more athletes, because it's very expensive to take these athletes from the country and put them in apartments and to feed them, and actually we spend one full year out of our pocket doing that, and it's really strenuous. So we really would need some support from some public sector, private sector to help.
Well, I tell you, I will definitely do my part to play. Recently, I had a discussion with someone who master physiotherapist, and they wanted me to share with you guys that in terms of athletes treatment, at any time you guys need their support in terms of treating athletes and getting them back on track, that you have a base in Florida where you can always come and get them back on track. So that is good news. And I'll tell you, Gregory.
Yeah, that will be great.
I tell you, I will do my part to see how we can get sponsors to help, because I know that even some of those big clubs, that they are having issues in terms of getting sponsors and building the club. And with 2 new head coaches taking on a mantle like this, it's a very difficult road to travel. So I personally appreciate what you're doing. Now, before I go, is there anything you want the world to know about Titans Track Club in terms of the management team and how you intend to get these athletes fully ready, not just physically, but also psychologically, to become the best version of themselves?
Well, basically, we are here putting the groundwork. We don't really have much to say to the public. Just can look out on the Instagram page, get a little hint of what's going on in the club, and we are here trying to do our best. But as I said earlier, you have some contact regarding physiotherapy and so forth. That is great. That will be great. Because injury is the main problem and most expense we have right now. And so that is the only blocking edge for us, injury. So once we can get some help, then we put out the result out there for the Jamaican fans and to the world.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, Gregory Little. And again, I will do my best to see what we can do to support a club like the Titans, because we feel that the more clubs we have in Jamaica, the better the opportunity should be for the athletes. And again, coming from myself and my team, we appreciate what the Titans are doing. We have seen the results with the little time you guys have put into these developing athletes, and you definitely have supporters on our side of town. Thank you, Gregory Little, for having a discussion, and may God continue to bless and keep and guide you and your family through the thick and things. Okay?
Thank you very much for your time also.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Get some over the